Welcome back, class. Now the second recording is we get just start the second recording, and now we will discuss about the government licensing. Already we are discussing about the certification, and we get a different example of IT workers, some vendor and uh, industrial based certification. But right now, government licensing. The government licenses, what the government licenses normally you can consider that is a different basically platform sometime or governments and providing lessons to business, especially for the business. Okay, to do the work, to perform you can say government is going to be a lot of lessons to any hospital for a whole business, and even you are PSO, you if you want to take a mean to say do a business of a petrol pump fuel, then you need to be a lesson from the government. This kind of that's a business license. But if I'm talking about the look like our professionally, then it is some profession that the government give the lessons to the profession. Fine. Right now, just in different, I mean to say, countries, even United States and Pakistan, even though even some government are basically issued to permission to engage in a activity or operate a business. Okay, they can. He's basically a professional, a person who can do the who can get a lesson from the government and is a authorized person, authorized people who can do their businesses and do their job. Similarly, first thing as we discussed, it is a normally license that is government issue give a permission to engage a activity or operate a business, and that's the offer required as a for the person, especially if we talk about not a business, the person who can get a license, just like medically, some, some doctor, give an example there, like doctors, lawyers, engineers, and daycare providers. Okay, some accountant, certified accountant, like that is some profession basically that must be have to pay a license to do their job. So the for this purpose, the government often require take some test. They need to be passed some test. Okay, after some exams, some professional degrees. After they will be allowed to a lessons of doing independent work. Okay, and second important thing for the licensing is that they need to be one. Mean why the government is basically providing the lessons and say that is of some professional people, yeah, just for the public interest, for the public protection. Okay, the main thing is behind this is a single goal that all these lessons is provided to the professional to just the care for the public. Okay, just for the protection of a public safety. Now the talk about the different case of for the licensing in the IT workers, and if we talk about the IT workers, the DA of a simple will stand along that the information system is a huge data, and the information is going to be very in a large quantity for the, especially for the modern system, that is a highly complex that we need to be encouraged the people in all information system, all systems are interconnected, and it is critically depend on the other. Okay, now the for this purpose, as a IT job where the every business is going on a not on a computer based software, some highly software, costly software, highly better software in which you are considered the name of Oracle ERP. Mean to say, I'm talking about the ERP, some enterprise resources planning software program that is basically help the billion-dollar company, and that will be the control the company businesses and which kind of thing they can Abacus providing you a software, SAP, systematic application program, and Oracle, and your Microsoft. These are the different These are the different basically software that is providing the control and encouraging the following highest standard of the profession. Okay, that is the for the licensing for the IT worker. That the case they these type of organization and these type of thing that encouraging the following highest standard of a professions, and plus encouraging the participating at the code of ethics. Reason is that if we are not following this code, like the complex computer and information system that is manage the control the nuclear reactors and the power plant, and that is generating the electricity. Also, complex computer and information system are managing all these things. Fine, it is again, I'm talking about the number of example there where you need to be for the especially for the IT workers, IT companies, they have to lessons to, and they are basically providing the highest standard of the job and profession. And second, they are encouraging practicing the code of ethics, and even though if the violation is created violator, they should be punished. Okay, it is something especially like if we talk about the medical information that monitor the vital staticals hospital patient and critical life to support. Every state, every government basically providing these kind of information and trust on these IT profession and the profession companies. Okay, that basically providing the million of dollar to just for the safety of the public. Fine. Now we move on to next slides. Now the government licensing again topic is same, but I'm talking about that some issue associated with the government licensing of IT workers. Even though in different countries like Britannia, Australia, Canadians, and they have adopted the lessons for the software engineering. Okay, they have providing the lessons for the software engineering, especially in the United States. National Council of Examiner for the Engineering and Surveying has developed a professional exam of electrical engineering and computer engineering. Especially you are in our country, just like we consider as a the medical test. Okay, MCAT, that is a different test, or that is providing, that is just for the entry test. But after that, the some comprehensive test and give the lessons for engineering, even though in Pakistan. But these are the basically some program. After that, few lessons program for the IT professional, and that's the following the no universal acceptance score of body of our knowledge, and unclear who should manage the content and administer the licensing exams, and no administration body to the accredited professional education program, no administrative body to access and ensure competencies of individual workers. That is some lessons for the IT workers, and the few licensing program for the IT professional, in which the corporate body as a special institute that is providing this kind of information and issue the licenses to the IT profession. Okay. Now we talk about the now we talk about the IT professional malpractices. But the concept of a malpractice is just we discuss it class. A student, first thing that the professional malpractices, if you come for the definition, then I go the negligence and duty of care. Uh, First thing is that malpractice mean to say that is a professional who breach the duty of cares and are the liable for the injuries that are negligence cases. Mean to say that is providing a safeguard to the people, again not creating a negligence and the duty of cares, in which that is a basically doing something, not doing something that is a reasonable person would do, or doing something that is a reasonable person would not do. Like we get example, if let's suppose my supervisor, my bosses are late, so I am late. Okay, basically thing is that it is not doing something to a reasonable person. Reasonable person means a person who have a basically a reason for has a as an authorized person he can do, but we are not follow the person. Okay, if he's doing this thing and we are following that because it is not for us, that's creating a negligency. Okay, main thing is that it is authorized person he can do, or if just like some VIP protocol, your signals are closed that time. Okay, and they can easily uh, pass out for the emergency your ambulance, we need to be give the path. Okay, and it not mean to you are just make a horn and you look like drive your car look like as a ambulance. Okay, it is not for you. Negligence mean to say it creating a problem, it creating injuries for the peoples. Okay. Second important thing is the day of the duty of a cares, mean to say obligation that we not cause any unreasonable harm to the others. Okay, it is again that like unreasonable harm mean to say if you are normally you need to be first thing is that you have a duty of care, mean to say you need to be save the people, like we take example like sometimes the people have duty to care of their pet from the attacking from other. Okay, to operate their care safety. Some people have a dog, and even though in your society whenever you in the night time, maybe some people are have a dog and some pet that is a creating a injury, creating a harm for the other people, other public. That is the first duty priority, that if you have a pet and this pet is a maybe creating, especially the dog is a this kind of animal that can be an attack to the other people's, especially the kids. Okay, but you if you have it is your pet, that is your responsibility. You should be take care of the other people. Okay, it is a duty of cares. Okay, that is the was one thing. So similarly, if we talk about the businesses, if we talk about the businesses, then the businesses must keep the dangerous pollution out of the airs and the water to make the safe, the protect and maintain the safeguarding to the operating condition of the even though our employees in an organization, in the internal organization, internal management thing, they need to be safeguard, providing the safeguard of their employees, as well as for if the sake of the public pollution, air pollution, or water pollution. Okay, different industrial point of industry point of view, different material that's the wastage material for industry, but that creating a pollution for the airs and the water. Then the company, for the corporate level, they need to be duty of care as a professional, they providing the safeguard of the people. Okay, that's again now we can say professional malpractices. That is the all profession who breached the duty of cares and liable for the injuries that there be a negligence cases if creating a harmful for the public, that not providing the duty of care, that will be a malpractices of the profession. Fine. Now we talk about the another example, especially you can say if we talk about the medical malpractices. Okay, in a medical malpractices, just wait. I select a text box, like I'm talking about the medical malpractices. Yes. Now, just like the that is a suit for the improper treatment of a broken bone. And if a patient that have a broken bone, they need to be treated of their broken bone with the standardized uh, doctors. It will be a especially the orthopedic surgeon. If he is a failure, the standards of mere their treatment is not will be comfort and satisfied, then it will be a negligence again that creating an injury, then we can sue on the medical doctor, especially the orthopedic. If you go not for the orthopedic, you are just going for the general physician, and he is basically treat your broken bone, that is creating a problem. It is not a higher standards, that is create a malpractice. Okay, now I'm stop there. G class, welcome back. We will now move on our next slides. IT user. Now we talk about the IT users and how they need to be for professionally. They need to be create the employees ethical use for the IT then area of growing concern because of increasing access of personal computer. Basically in IT user this section we are focusing on encouraging the employees ethical issues for the especially for the IT people, like that's the now growing uh, computer uh, growing information technology users for the businesses, and many organization companies are providing employees they can allow their personal computer, their tablet, their cell phones and other devices to access the corporate information, even though you people are also using your mobile phone for your WhatsApp groups. Okay, that's just for some official messages for you people, even though you can use it in your class. Okay, that's some basically corporate information data, and through the internet they can using these kind of information. It is allow basically organization allow for the purpose of personal computer, corporate information and internet they can use. But the ethical thing that I want to discuss from the behalf of these slides is that but the ethical issues for the IT users, especially, they need to be faced. Again, the concept common IT user ethical issues are the software piracy, inappropriate use of computer resources, inappropriate sharing of information. Okay, if we talk about first software piracy, again that is a corporate uh, level that come in software piracy, in especially in a corporate and a business that is setting in a sometime we can say directly traceable to the IT professional. Reason is that they might be allowed to happen and they are actively engaged in it. If we talk about the corporate IT users policies that they manage, they encourage the users to report the instance of piracy and challenges to its practice. Like in China, if we talk about the Chinese government, there's a exceeding the 80% piracy, software piracy issues. It's mean that have not clear uh, uh, some rules that the organizations, yeah, normally the country, behalf of our country, we if we talk about they are not strongly stand against the this kind of practices. Many businesses are using and many managers and IT professionals using mean to say if we talk about that that is increasing the 80% more than 80% software piracy issues has come there, then it's creating that this government will not take a serious action against them. And secondly, if we talk about the Android market, okay, I'm talking the Chinese market, that's China pirate this software piracy that is a exceed uh, from 80%. Okay, from 80%. Now, if we talk about the Android market, look, that is a one of a large market for the Android smartphone, Android operating system. It created now a serious action in a software piracy problem. Some IT end user have a figure out that how to download the application from the Android market and from the Android websites, and without paying their charges, they can basically using it and then sell in other market. Okay, it is also creating a harmful for the software piracy and the unethical thing for the IT user. Fine. Now I'm talking about the inappropriate. I just cleared the screen. Yet now again we talk about the Now next step, and next step is a inappropriate use of computing resources. It is again sometimes some employers use their computers and using some popular websites that have nothing to do that the workplace, especially you people are also, especially our students are also involved, like your Facebook, uh, uh, your WhatsApp group. Okay, you are just in your classroom, even though in your workplace. If I'm talking about the employer, their workplace, they are basically using different, participating in different chat room and social media, and sometime they are using some illegal websites, and plus playing a game, computer game that is not allowed in a workplace. But thing is that the for their free time, for their refreshment, they are using this kind of thing. But that this kind of thing is basically sometime creating a for the person as a I mean to say, for the organized perspective, we think that is a creating a lower productivity and wastage of time. Okay. And if we talk about say, third one is a inappropriate sharing of information. Again, every organization, that is a store vast amount of information that's have a classified as a private data or a confident data. But the private data that describe normally relate, normally they're creating a private and a just I if you use a text box, some time we are using it like private data, private data, and confidential data. Okay, Confi confidential confidential data. Okay, if we talk about the private data, that private data, data that maybe include the salary information of the employees, their health record, their attendance record, their performance. Okay, also that we can say the employees account number, credit and debit card information, their personal phone number, their home addresses, so on. That is a something private data, and that is a just need to be a in a private form for just for the organization. Okay, that's not for the every employee, not for the every IT user. Okay, but inappropriate sharing of information, that is a creating a problem. Similarly, confidence, if we talk about the confidential data, that is a something related to a company procedures, company promotion plan, company manufacturing production, company formulas, company strategic plan. That's all are basically thing that creating a if IT user is providing this kind of information, it will be a illegal and is creating a violated the law. Okay, that's the common issues, ethical issues that need to be there in a IT user. Know that we going to be end these slides. Okay, this session, and the remaining thing we will cover in our last and the next video. Okay, Allah Hafiz.